electorate has taken the historic decision to withdraw from the European Union.
The British people have voted to leave the European Union.
The UK has voted to leave the European Union.
Brexit.
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 I am Sidorina Buitrago.
I am Heidi Jane.
I am Mrs. Khan.
I'm Salman Eamon.
I am Stuart Butcher.
I'm British. I currently identify as a British Asian male. I've lived here my whole life.
I'm British. I've lived in London my whole life and I'm a student.
I am half Colombian and 8th Welsh and the rest English.
So both my parents were immigrants. My father grew up in America, left when he was 21 and came to Britain. My mother used to live in Pakistan and moved here when she was 6. They met, they married, and here I am.
My dad was born in Pereira in Colombia. He grew up there. My mum was born in England, South England. She lived here all her life. My dad came to England when he was travelling. They met each other and then here I am.
What does being British mean to you?
It means working hard and sticking together.
I think one of the key values of being British is being supportive of one another. We always tend to look out for each other. We tend to be tolerant, contrary to what most people believe about us. I think this is highlighted in Grenfell when you've got people from Manchester, from York, from Lincoln coming over and sending materials and offering shelter. I think that's what we really are. We're just a community.
To me, being British almost represents patience. Very kind to each other. We end up queuing a lot because, you don't want to push in front of other people. Just got to be patient, calm.
Describe Britishness in one word.
Arrogance.
Friendly.
Resilient.
United.
What one British feature would you use to summarise who you are?
I'm charitable.
I think being British or identifying as British is having the personality trait of being hard-working and dedicated. I think that's innate within us Britons. We always want to go the extra mile and help one another, but most importantly fulfill our potential. And I think that's really helped me personally.
I think I embody working together.
I would say the kind of sort of dig for victory spirit of, just never stop, keep going.
What was the most British thing to ever happen to you?
Getting shot in the bus stop.
I used to go and visit my grandparents who live down in Devon, which is a 5 or 6 hour drive away. And every time, as soon as we get there, that evening, we'd have a fish and chips. Except I don't like fish, so I'd end up having a sausage and chips.
I think the most British thing I've ever experienced is a street party. And that was in celebration of a royal wedding. So yeah, I just think it's a very British thing to do, and it felt really lovely, like a community who never really normally talk to each other suddenly were talking to each other, and that's it was just lovely. Really, that's what I'd like Britishness to be.
What can Britishness improve on?
I think there's a lot of trouble in terms of the immigration and the way that we view foreigners, almost, in England at the moment. There's a vast variety of the way that people view foreigners, but a lot of it is in a negative way. When mixing cultures together, you can take advice from other people and improve your own lives in doing so.
I think Britishness can improve on being less British. I think sometimes we are so obsessed with owning our little patch of tiny land that actually we fail to acknowledge everybody else in that whole thing. I think both historically we've been like that, and I think we're still a bit like it now. I think if we were perhaps a little bit more open to the world's problems, then actually we would have the higher moral ground, and stop thinking it's about winning the whole time. We only really win when the world is a nice place, not just when Britain is a nice place.
I think integration is part of this, and working out whether it's acceptance. I think they've accepted each other, we've accepted each other. However, I think then integrating would help the other issues that come from different cultures being together, where there's racism. That's another thing that we need to improve on. I think if the country wasn't racist, then they would be integrating more, or if they integrated more, the country would be less racist. So I think that probably goes hand in hand. But it's a very important improvement they need to